time. So, can you believe that I am still making Christmas ornaments from really starting from this past Christmas season of 2023? And these are actually for this Christmas season of 2024. So, that's what I've been working on for like 3 hours now. Just getting them designed and then getting each name or quote or whatever they want on the ornaments, cut out the vinyl. Going through the process of weeding the vinyl right now. That means that I am taking out, where can you see it? This is white, so you may not be able to see it. But you know how like you have the center point of the letter A, or say the letter L, I think that's all on here, the cursive, letter J. If you don't know cursive, then this won't make sense to you, but those little middle parts, when you're cutting it out, you have to take those individual pieces out once you get finished cutting it out of using the Cricut machine. So that's what the process of weeding is. If you don't know, just Google it, or just search for it here on TikTok or Facebook or wherever this video is popping up at this point, and you should be able to find it. But that's what I'm doing right now. Once I move on from the weeding process comes the application process. So I'm going to cut out my tape. This is called transfer tape. Now I use this transfer tape for many different projects, not just Christmas ornaments. So I love this tape, but this is not the tape brand that I typically use. Normally I use Cricut's brand, but I think I found this in like Dollar Tree or something like that. So I decided to try it out, and it's been working pretty much the same. I spent like $1 or $2 for it, which is great because Cricut's transfer tape, I think it's like $6 or so. Don't get me wrong now, if they had Cricut in stock at the crafting store that I went to, I would have gotten that over this because I just like to stick with Cricut products. With me being an affiliate marketer for them, I like to use as many of their products as possible, just so I can try them out, you know, give you guys good reviews. And most of the time, their products do great for me. So after the weeding process, then we have the application process. So what I've done is added on the transfer tape. It's going to pick up the vinyl so I can place it onto the ornaments. Now anybody can do this, but of course, no one's design is going to come out like mine. So I don't mind, you know, showing you guys how to do this on your own. If you want to, you can. I don't gatekeep, so to say, at all. Like, I like for people to be able to learn something new. To be honest, if it wasn't for people like me that don't gatekeep, I wouldn't be doing this in the first place. So it wouldn't be right for me to keep things secret and all of that. I think secrets are just overrated. You gotta keep so many secrets in life. Like, what are you living for? You know? Don't get me wrong now, personal matters, that's between me, it's my privacy. But anyways, I am applying the vinyl. So as you can see, that was white vinyl, and it's going onto this red bulb. And this is just one name, even though I picked up 2 different names. That's my way of saving vinyl, being resourceful, especially with this transfer tape as well. So that's how it came out. There's a little bumps I need to smooth out. That's how it looks. I'm going to add the ribbon to it once I add the second name to the next bulb, in which 3 of these are going to be completely clear in name. So let's see. I think this one I'm going to leave. I wanted to leave it clear, but it has the white on there as well. That's actually really pretty. So it looks like this, but it slightly has like a purple tint, which is not that bad. I think if I add the name on that side, it would actually come out really cool. And these are hand-created bulbs. I'm going to show you guys where I create these at in a second. Something is telling me to add it to this one. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is probably the most tedious part of the job, adding the names and quotes and, you know, pretty much symbols, images, whatever they want added to each bulb. It becomes tedious because these are round bulbs. So you want to make sure that you get the vinyl laid all the way down, and that it doesn't bulge as you're laying it down. If it bulges, then you're going to have permanent vinyl added with all types of just bulging going on, a lot of lumps going on, creases, and that's not what we want. We don't want a lot of the creases to show. Let's see. So that's how it came out. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. It looks so much better in person versus the video though. But there is like a little bulge here on the end. So what I do is use my scraper and I scrape it down. So if you do have like miniature or minor, not miniature, bulges like that in the vinyl and you have a little scraper, then you can use the scraper to flatten it out. And it's good to go. Now I think I have maybe 3 more names to cut out. Let's see. Yep, 3 more names to cut out. I know I'm doing at least 2 of them in white. This one I'll probably leave like open, blank. There needs to be 3 that don't have anything on them, so that'll be one of them at the top. It looks like this. I think it's just, it has too much design on it to add any type of wording, so we're gonna leave that one blank. And I believe these 2 at the bottom, I may leave these blank as well, but then again the white one. Let's see. This one I'm gonna add text to. This one I'm not going to add text to. Again, it has a lot of design features, so the ones that have like design features like this right here, I typically don't add any text to it. I mean, it's doing its job on its own. You can't really see in the inside unless you're in person, but there's a design in the inside as well, so I don't add text to that, so to say. So this one I'm not adding text to. This one I'm not adding text to. This one right here, even though it's white, I don't think I should. Again, this one has a design in the inside with a lot of the glitter and sparkle. I'm gonna leave it blank as well. So this one, and this one, I'm not gonna add. But these 3 I am, and they're gonna be in white vinyl. So what I'm gonna do is cut out this vinyl again. Cutting this. Okay. Now I'm going to take this one out. Now, a couple people asked me about these. I'm gonna mention these in another video. This is sort of like a do-it-yourself method of keeping this mat stabilized, but I'll do another video on that in a later time. Because that option that I've come up with those rollers may help someone else that doesn't have like $50 for one of those stabilizer things, unless somebody wants to buy it for me. Okay, that there. So what I'm gonna do is add the names to my Cricut mats. So what I'm doing here is adding the names into Cricut here, so it'll cut over here. And I have to add in each name manually. There's no way of like bulk adding them unless I just copy and paste everything out. I want to make sure that these are sized correctly. If not, then it's not going to cut correctly. And of course, I have enough room with that piece. Typically, like when I cut out my vinyl to place over here, it's never like perfect. Beforehand, when I had first got started with this, I used to do everything just perfect cuts and all of this, and it just took so much time, and I ended up just cutting up the vinyl anyway, so I don't waste time trying to get everything perfect on that mat, and I don't advise anybody else to do the same thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach it. So I grouped them all together, so it's just one big cut. So once it came over to the preparation screen, here is what I call it, where you review everything and make sure that it's good to go. Everything stayed in the same spot. I just need to move it over slightly. Okay, so now what I'm doing is setting my base material. It's going to be Vinyl Plus. That way I know that it cuts all the way through. I've had occasions where I've done it as just regular vinyl, just like the first step of vinyl, the standard, and it wouldn't cut all the way through. It was just a mess. It wasted a lot of material. So I do Vinyl Plus, and then I go ahead and make sure that my tools are there, which I'm using my fine point blade here in clamp B. Clamp A doesn't need anything, but I could add a marker there or a pen if I needed to write anything. Now I load the mat. And then I set mine for fast mode, that way it cuts faster. But if this is your first go around with your Cricut machine, I would advise not using fast mode until you get used to the machine and how it operates. I'm gonna have to take care because I don't want it to lift as it's cutting. That would ruin the cut. And then I press the Cricut button, which is the cutting button, and it goes ahead and prepares it and then begins to cut. While that's doing that, I'm gonna add in some ribbons to a couple of the ones that already have vinyl. So while my Cricut machine is cutting, I'm always working on something else. But like, you know, you don't need to sit there and wait for it to finish. It's already in fast mode anyway, so it's gonna finish here pretty quickly. By the time I get finished with this, really. Now for each ornament, a part of my set, I always include corresponding ribbons to go with each one. Some of the ribbons may be the same, others are different. Like for any of the bulbs that have white writing on them, I'm going to include white ribbons for them. I feel like that will be more suitable. It gives it more of a variety as well. So this is done. I'm going to unload the map and click done on that particular project. And then I take it off of the mat. Peel this tape off the ends so I can peel off the excess vinyl. Once I get the excess vinyl off, then I can go in again with my transfer tape. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to recut that first one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to recut that first one. It did not come out correctly. I didn't have it moved over far enough for it to cut correctly. So I'm gonna get rid of that and only focus on these two that I put. This little piece. Always use your scraps. Always use your scrap vinyl. It makes no sense to not use your scrap vinyl. If you are a crafter, you already know that vinyl can be expensive after a while, so you want to recycle as much as possible. If you don't recycle, you're going to be spending out a lot of money on materials, and we're crafters. Like, you're supposed to, even just, not even crafters, just artists in general, whether it's painting, crafting, doing sculptures, you know, with clay and that sort of thing, you want to be as resourceful as possible when it comes to this sort of thing. Okay, so I realigned it. And have that. It's gonna cut out this little piece, so we should be good. Let me move it reverse. And then I'm going to continue. I'm gonna load the mat again. Of course, you fast forward and cut. So while that's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and read. Again, while my Cricut machine is running, I'm always doing something else. I'm not gonna just sit there and wait for it to finish. Unless I don't have anything else to do, of course. So that has done, finished. Upload and click done. Allow that to sit there while I finish this. And again, like I said before, I am in the weeding process. I'm taking out the excess that was not just pulled away from the bigger material. I love this little thing right here. I found this at literally at Dollar Tree for $1. It's like a, what do you want to call it? Like I call it like a Cricut trash bin. It may be like a weeding trash bin or something like that. I don't know the official name, but I call it the Cricut trash bin, and I use it to put the excess vinyl into it. So it'll be good to go. To actually dump it here soon, but I'm able to use it to like pick up the vinyl and scrape it into there. So it's pretty cool. And then it has a suction cup on the bottom, so I can sit it on the desk without it like sliding and all that good stuff. Okay, so I think I got it all weeded out. Yes, I did. While we're here in the weeding process, I'm going to take off this last name. Sometimes this happens. As you can see, the scotch tape was on the end to keep it taped there. When I peeled it up, it went ahead and started to weed this for me. So sometimes with certain names, certain fonts, you may not even need to do like use a weeding tool in a big part. It'll do it itself. Just depends depends on the font from what I've noticed. The finer the font is, the longer the weeding process is, because you're having to take out like the little tiny pieces, like in the letters of A and E, O's and things like that. If you have like a lot of cursive included as well, you're gonna have to weed out those excess pieces, and that takes a little while. All right, so now I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna transfer to small one first. Since it's gonna be this sleeve. This one. Don't know my hands either. My hands look so bad today. Like during this process where I have a lot of orders that are coming in at one time, I go ahead and take off like my acrylic nails and press-ons. All of that type of stuff does nothing but slow me down. I don't know about anybody else, but those nails and stuff, they typically slow me down. Unless I get them really short, and really there's no use in getting them short because my nails grow long. So I don't have no lotion on or anything like that. So, and the red on the bottom is from the mixed material painting that was used to create these. So yeah, my hands are gonna look rough because I'm literally working. It's a good sign. The prettier my hands are, the less I'm working like me. That's not to say everybody else, you know, your hands have to look ugly to work hard. That's just me, that's how I am. Okay, so I said I was doing this one too, didn't I? Yep. This one has white on the bottom, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see. I always have a trash can sitting close by as well. When you're weeding vinyl, when you're doing the transfer tape as well. You're going to be cutting a lot of parts, so you want to just dump that somewhere, whether it's a bin or a trash can or somewhere. I used to just dump it on the floor, but that became a hassle when it came to cleaning up afterwards. And of course, we want to work smarter instead of harder, and that was harder. Let's see. Then I broke one of my nails. See, it looks like a nail now. I broke it. How did I break it though? I think I was cutting some wood for another project, and I broke it. So it's a good thing that I did not have on the acrylics that particular day. If I had had on those acrylics that particular day I broke this thumbnail, I would have had to go to the hospital. It would have cracked like my real nail all the way down, and it just would have been a mess. So